Color psychology in UX is an important tool in creating UI elements like button design, navigation, and call to action, among many other things. Color can significantly impact users' behavior and experience. It is very important as a UI UX designer that you understand users' perception of any design and you try to make the most of them to create a valuable and pleasurable experience for the design. And this is where color significantly influences the design process and choices. The importance of color psychology. It invokes the desired emotion. One of the most essential things about color psychology is that with appropriate selection of color palettes, designers can invoke desired emotions in users, driving them to act at a certain way. For example, if you're using blue on a website or an app, it passes this feeling of trust, peace, loyalty, competence, and if you're making use of red, it gives excitement, strength, love, energy. As a UI UX designer, it is important that you understand your color harmony. You don't want to make use of different shades with no sense of color harmony in a website because this can make users leave your website without spending much time on it. Designing memorable experience. Memory plays a critical role in defining the quality of experience, and as a UI UX designer, focusing on the visual element is to choose a color palette that aids in creating a memorable experience instead of an overwhelming experience for the users. A good mix of warm and cool color is necessary to create such experience, as this helps users to remember such color usage. Improve sales and conversion. When designers employ a color palette-based approach, they always make sure that the overall goals and objectives of the organization are given due consideration, as this will help them in choosing a suitable color scheme and sticking to it while meeting the needs of the audience and the businesses. You will ask, how does it improve or impact the conversion? Because of your color palette, you have an improved CTAs, that's call to action buttons. You have a consistent brand image, and it also helps to improve the accessibility of the design and also sticks to memory. So, if we look at MTN, when we see the color MTN, that yellow wherever we see it, because of the consistency in the use of that particular color, we can easily identify it and we can understand and interact with it on our own without being told what the color stands for. We already know that it is MTN. On your screen, you can see some colors and their meaning. We have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and each of these colors has a meaning that they are passing. So as a UI UX designer, you have to ensure that the color you are using is speaking to the audience and passing out the desired information you wish it to pass out to. Follow brand and style guidelines. When designing for organization, the brand and the style guidelines become extremely important, as most companies or organizations have specific colors that they stick to. So as a designer, you have to adhere strictly to their brand colors. Ensure consistency in the use of color. Consistency is a key design principle, and it is equally essential to the choice of colors. Designers must stay consistent with their choice of color throughout the design. For example, if you're making use of red in the homepage of a website, this main theme or color should be followed on other pages. Use the 60-30-10 rule. The 60-30-10 rule is an important guiding principle for designers. According to the rule, in any design, 60% of the area should be covered by the dominant color, 30% by the secondary color, and 10% by the accent color. Ensure better localization. Most design these days does not consider or don't give thoughts to the cultural differences, and we know that colors have different meanings in different cultures, and it's very essential to prevent using a color that might create a negative cultural connotation in a particular culture or localization. So the best thing as a UI designer is to ensure that when you are designing for your audience, you should consider this audience living in different regions and avoid any color that's going to speak negative to it. Use good contrast. When picking a color palette, color contrast is very vital in visual design, and you want to ensure that the colors are legible, they're readable. If you put a text on it, a user can easily read whatever it is, and it's not too blinding to the eye. It's mild as well. Test your color choices. When you are designing, it is essential to test your color choices with real users, and this is where the A/B testing comes in play. On Figma, we have a plugin that you could use to test the color while you're designing, and the name of the plugin is A11Y Color Contrast Checker. This helps you to know if your color are in line and if the colors you're using works together. In conclusion, color plays a significant role both in the physical and the digital environment, and your choice of color palette helps a lot in whatever it is you're doing. Even physically, you can't just go wear a pink clothes and a pink dress, an orange handbag, and maybe you just put it up with a green shoe. You see that even physically and digitally, your color usage speaks a lot and it talks about your audience. And in our next class, we're going to dive into the assignment that was given, and we're going to look more and explore more on colors. Thank you.